Champ. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you share the video only on the Maze platform. Matter of fact, where in the world is my background music before we even get into it? Here, you read the title. All right, you could call it clickbait if you want. There ain't no clickbait, gang. All right, let these bozos say what they want. The Maze ain't lying, gang. This is what they say. I never said this is somebody else's mouth. By the way, hit the like, share the video, gang. We're gonna get into it. I ain't even gonna waste no more time. Here's what Vlad had to say about Drake's supposed crimes in Hidden Hills. Take a look at this.
I will say though, you know what I was impressed by? With all the shit and say not like us and everything, people talking about Drake, not one chick even erroneously filed a lawsuit or like, I thought there was going to be a few of those to take advantage of the moment. And there's been not one person that's accused Drake of anything.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if some shit starts coming out. Well, from what I understand, when Drake first moved to like Hidden Hills, like they were wilding out in that house. Him and his homies were doing some shit that probably got covered up somehow. You know what I'm saying? And now maybe people got paid. And
maybe it was partying. No, not like.
I heard some stories, you know, and I'm not going to mention them.
It was getting it in type shit.
I mean, some things could happen around that if certain people really started to make a lot of noise, but I think
maybe he's paying them off. Like,
I think Drake is just paying them off. And so, I mean, listen, if you look at the R. Kelly situation, right? That whole case hinged around the video.
Oh, champ. So hold on. Before we do a replay of this, gang, by the way, we got to remember quite a few things here, right? So Akademiks are already trying to make it seem like this ain't no crazy crime. This ain't nothing. Oh, he just paid him off. It wasn't nothing crazy. We got that. We also got Vlad saying, nah, champ, I heard something different. I heard that Drake and OVO was wilding out in the Hidden Hills when Drake first got there, and etc. But didn't I tell y'all niggas this nigga was mustard Kells all along? Well, Vlad seems to be saying the same thing the man have been saying. Oh, champ, you gonna run this audio back, gang. Hit the like, share the video. It's getting crazy. Look.
I will say though, you know what I was impressed by? With all the shit and say not like us and everything, people talking about Drake, not one chick even erroneously filed a lawsuit or like, I thought there was going to be a few of those to take advantage of the moment. And there's been not one person that's accused Drake of anything.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if some shit starts coming out. Well, from what I understand, when Drake first moved to like Hidden Hills, like they were wilding out in that house. Him and his homies were doing some shit that probably got covered up somehow. You know what I'm saying? And now maybe people got paid. And
maybe it was partying. No, not like.
I heard some stories, you know, and I'm not going to mention them.
It was getting it in type shit.
I mean, some things could happen around that if certain people really started to make a lot of noise, but I think
maybe he's paying them off. Like,
I think Drake is just paying them off. And so, I mean, listen, if you look at the R. Kelly situation, right? That whole case hinged around the video.
So yeah, you hear what's going on here, yeah? All right? We got somebody in the chat named Snowman Dan who said Shane Gillis said the same thing a while ago on his podcast. Well, listen, man. Who knows what Aubrey was doing out there? Who honestly knows? All right? At least we don't got to make up stuff, right? Right, champ? God is love, Reverend. Hope you're the real Reverend, champ. It'd be a shame if you pose it to somebody else. Says, so I heard they basically was being LA high schoolers to the Hidden Hills area, and apparently rapper Dutchavelli was involved in such. Dutchavelli. Now we know about Dutchavelli. Some of us do. The guy who's pretty much banned out there in the UK because he does very frisky things with animals. And there's a nasty video out there of him doing some frisky things with a domesticated dog. All right. We shall not repeat what acts this man did. All right. Now, this is coming from God is Love Reverend in the chat. I don't know how true this is. All right, he said Dutch Belly was there allegedly. I don't know. I didn't hear about that from Vlad, but this is what they saying. All right, look here. I told y'all this was light skinned Kells already a minute ago. You feel what I'm saying? But it looks like Vlad is trying to say, hey, wait, Drake might not be off the hook just yet. There's something going on at Hidden Hills. All right. Now, could he be working for UMG in some way? Could he have been paid to drop off a tip to say such things? Because soon enough, people are going to get a discovery in court and all that. I don't know. Secondly, when it comes to the UMG trial, the next time that UMG and the next time UMG and Drake's legal team see each other was going to be in June, and they're going to have some type of argument or debate in court on whether the trial should continue or not, or whatever the case may be. So they go along with this case. That's what I say about that. But if this is being said, I don't know. You know, this could open up a can of worms that, you know, we don't know about. Right? I don't know what happened in Hidden Hills, but if Vlad is saying that there was some crazy things going on in Hidden Hills with Drake and etc. and OVO, probably your boy Baka not nice as well, then we could assume that it's real bad. All right? I'm just saying. Okay? Sean Bates says, remember it was Drake who said Sierra Canyon High School looking like Magic City. Well, to his argument, he was dating a woman who was the mother of one of the kids at Sierra Canyon, which is why he said it allegedly. We don't know the true meaning. We can only assume that. But he did date a woman who was the mother of one of those basketball players at Sierra Canyon. And that's a fact. That's the same woman that he had the baseball field. I think it was the Dodgers baseball field he rented out for like a lunch or dinner, some nonsense, whatever. It's that same woman, pretty much. That's the mother that played from Sierra Canyon. But either way, it's still weird to compare a high school of any kind to Magic City. That's crazy, period, right? Regardless of the fact. All right? JK says the hills have eyes. Hey, maybe they do. Maybe they do. So it's looking crazy. I don't know. I'm going to run this audio back one more time and we'll get to the other stuff. We're going to run this back one more time.
I will say, though, you know what I was impressed by? With all the shit and say not like us and everything, people talking about Drake, not one chick even erroneously filed a lawsuit or like, I thought there was going to be a few of those to take advantage of the moment. And there's been not one person that's accused Drake of anything.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if some shit starts coming out. Well, from what I understand, when Drake first moved to like Hidden Hills, like they were wilding out in that house. And him and his homies were doing some shit that probably got covered up somehow. You know what I'm saying? And now maybe people got paid. And
maybe it was partying. Not like.
I heard some stories, you know, but I'm not going to mention them.
There was getting it in type shit.
I mean, some things could happen around that if certain people really started to make a lot of noise, but I think
maybe he's paying them off. Like, yo,
I think Drake is just paying them off. And so, I mean, listen, if you look at the R. Kelly situation, right? That whole case hinged around the video.
Yeah, man. Oh, champ, what's next for Aubrey? Huh, champ, what's next? What are they going to do? I don't know, gang. I have no idea. But it's looking like Vlad saying, hey, this ain't over yet. We got some women or some girls that was at Hidden Hills that were underage and Drake and them might have did something with them, right? So never say never when it comes to if people are gonna tell or etc. Right? What's the next video? I'm gonna get into another video though. Make sure you're running up the likes though, respectfully. Gotta get them likes up, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Likes are important. Very important. So if you haven't been smashing the like because the likes haven't been up to par as of late, I ain't gonna lie. Make sure you run up these likes. I ain't gonna lie. All right. So next, Vlad trying to get Drake up out the way. Apparently, that's what it looks like to me. But Akademiks has something to say about some Spotify stuff in regards to Kendrick Lamar. I know a lot of people is mad because people is doing content on Akademiks, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. Until there's other media outlets, you can't get mad that Akademiks is still around. If y'all want them arrested, say that, but we can't arrest Akademiks, gang. We can't. I'm sorry, but we can't do it, right? And as long as Akademiks is around, people will still make content about them, if whether you like it or not. I'm just saying, but let's keep it going.
Let's talk about Kendrick. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, chat. I've heard Kendrick isn't that either until recent. I heard this is a story told to me, could be wrong. They said Kendrick wasn't into Budden until him and his team thought the only way Drake could be that big, Drake had to be Budden. So they start Budden. It's like saying, ain't no way this nigga that smart. He got to be cheating, so you start cheating too. You know what I'm saying? Or you're in baseball and be like, ain't no way this motherfucker is doing all this without some steroids. Let me go get the steroids too. Okay? So from what I want to be honest with y'all. For what I've heard about Kendrick, he's an off the muscle artist too, but they started spicing up songs during the battle and they've continued after. Now, nothing crazy. Like a crazy thing would be like you're giving nothing crazy. Like 10 to 15% over time. Okay. Let's say you see a Kendrick song, I don't know, say Squabble Up. Like, I don't know, you want let's, again, I'm going off of just what I'm hearing. Let's go to what should we type in? Kendrick. Yeah, let's go to Kendrick, right? All right, Squabble Up. Squabble Up at 325 million. Now, granted, I think this is the actual number because I think Spotify deleted a bunch of fake streams, which some people claim Kendrick was part of it. But let's say 400 million. Well, I guess I can't.
So there was a lot of people who got they songs taken off Billboard, albums taken off Billboard, like Travis Scott. Apparently, people are trying to boost their albums illegally against how they should be promoted. So for that reason, you got people whose songs ain't even up no more or ranked anywhere because of supposed boosting that's taking place. And honestly, this has been going on for quite some time. People who are using bots or stream farmers, this is a constant thing. Now, you need money to do these things, of course. But all in all, it's happening. You know what I'm saying? So if you think Kendrick is botting, you got to prove that he's botting. You can't just say that he is and you can't prove it. Because if Kendrick was botting, he would be penalized for doing it. That's a fact. People who are definitely botting is definitely suffering from doing it. Travis Scott is a prime example. Travis Scott just had a #1 album and his album disappeared off the charts. Prime example. But let's continue.
Because we already seen the corrected shit. Okay, let's say this was the inflated numbers. If the inflated numbers was 325, it would be like 50, 60 million. Or maybe like 70. But they're not botting. Like, this is what I've heard about. Like, Kendrick ain't botting like half of his streams. He's botting about what's industry standard, a 10 to 15% flaw. And you do it in a scaled way to make the record look like it's taken off early on. And when more and more people get brainwashed because of that to listen to the record, you scale down the bottom and real people pick up the heavy lifting. That's what I've heard. Now, I don't want to center this just around Kendrick because I know Drake fans want to do that. There's a lot of botters in the game. There's a lot of botters in the game. The big artists, and again, let me just take it off of Kendrick. The big artists in the game, okay? If they're going to indulge in botting, it's going to be between 10 to 30%. They're not doing more than that, okay? They're not doing more than that. Now, do I think Spotify should let us know who's doing this? Yes. I don't think Drake. No, I don't think Kendrick. I mean, not Kendrick. I don't think Cardi. I don't think Cardi bots. That don't make no sense. But you never know.
Nigga,
Yo,
Cardi ain't
Jack,
have
you
to
really
bot.
never know.
Nigga's Cardi.
But I don't think he bots at all.
Nigga, Cardi ain't have to buy. Niggas is waiting 5 years for that nigga to drop something. Cardi's one artist that don't never got a bot nothing. That's a fact. Niggas been waiting 5 years for a whole new project. And he's dropping another project too. Still number one in the country though. But Cardi is one person who don't need to buy because niggas already demand his music all the time because he doesn't drop enough. Feel me? So yeah, that ain't happening. But it seemed like Travis Scott might have been buying because they penalized Travis Scott on the Billboard. They did recently.
I don't think bots at all. Ironically, supposedly Drake was the number one streamed artist in the month of March. So if you're wondering, the most streamed artist on Spotify, and I don't know if this is minus the bots, but Drake narrowly beat out Kendrick Lamar. He beat out Cardi, Travis Scott, Future. Ye's still up there. Got Eminem, Tyler, the Creator. We have Doechii. Wow. Am I a hater if I'm like, I haven't fully committed to the Doechii wave yet, but the numbers are telling me that it's lit. I'm always a little curious when the numbers are telling me something that my soul and my heart ain't telling me yet. But she does seem talented though, and I am rooting for her. We got Wayne, Juice WRLD, Savage, Baby, Don Toliver. Damn, Savage is out streaming Baby, and Baby just dropped an album? Wow.
Yes, because Lil Baby sucks.
Right? Not told.
That's because Lil Baby is trash. Nobody wants to hear that nigga. He sound like a shy mosquito when he raps, nigga. He sound like a very annoying horsefly. Nobody wants to hear the nigga rap. Of course, 21 Savage outsold this nigga because niggas is tired of Lil Baby. And now he's off Yerks. He's doing Fenty laced things. That's what he's doing now. So of course, truthfully, nobody wants to hear Lil Baby. As soon as this album dropped, niggas forgot about it. You dig? That's a fact. Smash up on the like, hey gang, how many likes we got? Yo gang, respectfully, we need at least 300 likes. I ain't gonna lie. we need to run up the likes. Salute to everybody again. But likes are incredibly important. Helps show out more than you know. We need to run them likes up, gang. we need to run them likes through the mud. Smash up on the like, please and thank you. It don't cost nothing. It's free. Free too, by the way. Let's keep it going.
Told him, I said, man, we need a drop. Y'all need a Savage album right now? This is what we need. Savage need a drop. We got Don Toliver, Doja Cat, Nicki Minaj, X, Rocky, and Cole. Okay. Now, I don't want to make this Kendrick is the bot guy. Okay. Just to explain, when I say K-bots, I'm usually referring to this ideology that I believe Kendrick fans spew out like literally robots. They have no nuance thinking. They repeat talking points. They talk, and the talking points come from not like us. Now, has Kendrick did a little 1-2 finessing? Probably, but I'm not gonna chastise him for doing that because he ain't the first and he won't be the last. So that's not really why I say K-bots. Like the K-bots to me are the people who lack nuance thinking, that just speak in song lyrics from their favorite diss song. That's it.
Those are not Kendrick fans. Those are Kendrick stans. Those are Glazers. They're not really Kendrick fans. They don't know who Lucy is. They can't go to Pimp a Butterfly and know who Lucy. They never heard that before. They never ran through the entire To Pimp a Butterfly album. They've never heard it before. The first time hearing this nigga was on Like That with Future and Metro. That's a fact. And we got way too many Glazers that's around. Like, these are not Kendrick Lamar fans, bro. These are just random incels and nerds who don't really know nothing else. Like, honestly, country music has taken, the game by storm. And it really ain't no hip-hop records on Billboard no more. For the people that really listen to hip-hop, they listen to hip-hop. They know things. But a lot of these people that you see, the glazing hard are not Kendrick fans. A lot of these people are old. They only listen to Kendrick Lamar. They don't listen to no other rap. A lot of weirdos. I will say that. A lot of weirdos. A lot of glazers. A lot of people who refuse to get the frankincense out their mouth. Right? They don't know nothing about Kendrick Lamar. They think he's holier than that. They think they worship the nigga damn near. These are the weirdos. You gotta separate the fans from the people who are incredibly weird about this stuff and wake up every day repeating Kendrick lyrics like a proverb or something. Okay? Those are the people you stay far away from because those are weirdos. But there's too many of them roaming around. I ain't gonna lie. Smash up on the like, share the video. We're gonna keep it going all chin.
All right. Oh, did y'all see so there's a new angle. Oh my.
All right, that's that. Cool, champ. Awesome, nice. All right, gang. On to the next thing. On to the matter of fact, hold on. Before we even go there, matter of fact, what's this? What's this right here? As a matter of fact, screw that. Yeah, you know that Kanye said FF Akademiks, bro? He did. Kanye was live streaming in this
from Blackboy Match. Kai.
He was with somebody. I don't know what streamer this is. He was with some streamer, and Kanye West is in the background saying F Akademiks. See, this nigga Kanye might be bipolar or something, but at the same time, he's also high because he's on that nitrous. You feel me? Ye is on something different. How in the world did you say F Akademiks and you did two interviews with the guy? What?
Every streamer except for Blackboy Match. Kai. Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Fuck Akademiks, man. He really
act cool, but we changing the game. Y'all get to see the process, bro. All them. Fuck Aiden Ross. Fuck Aiden Ross. Everybody like Aiden Ross, mad corny.
Listen, man. Eventually somebody got to put knees and elbows on Ye. Eventually. How much disrespect y'all gonna take, man? 1 minute this nigga rock with you, the next minute you an agent, nigga. You working with UMG and all this nonsense. What's wrong with bro? Nigga, wasn't you supposed to drop an album? The album still ain't dropped. Nigga want his main single to feature your boy Dave Blunts. A nigga who not promised to be here tomorrow or yesterday. Who knows if that nigga was here yesterday, nigga? Nigga, you named the song something insane. Oh man, yeah, is wildin', bro. I mean, in my opinion, Kanye shouldn't be doing no more new music anyway. Nigga, you can produce beats, but I don't see a reason for Kanye to still be an artist. He's nearly 50. Nigga ain't been on Billboard. Nigga ain't had no hit in God knows when. None of his new stuff is hits. He's high all the time. Nigga, you might as well just make beats. Your beats are still good. But seriously, though, when it comes to this music stuff, you gotta chill, man. Leave it be. You're not making any good songs. And your songs are offensive, too. You feel me? So nobody's gonna listen to it. But Kanye is bugging, bro. First he love you, then he hates you the next day. Something's wrong with him. He's on something. Let me run that back.
Every streamer except for Blackboy Match. Kai. Yeah, I thought it was cool.
Fuck Akademiks, man. He really
Act cool, but we changing the game. Y'all get to see the process, bro. All them. Fuck Aiden Ross. Fuck Aiden Ross. Everybody like Aiden Ross, mad corny.
I already spoke on Ye. I don't rock with nothing he's doing. I think he's a weirdo and a hater. I think he's mad at Playboy Cardi because he's a better edgelord than he is. So why is it that as soon as Cardi drop, here go Kendrick Lamar coming out of nowhere? Not Kendrick Lamar. Why is it when Cardi drops, Kanye comes out of nowhere trying to over edgelord Playboy Cardi? If you don't know what an edgelord means, it's pretty much someone who does kind of insane things on purpose to get clout or reaction out of the public eye. Kanye took it a step further. He said, I'm gonna make all these disgusting tweets. I'm gonna talk bad about Virgil, who's not here no more. I'm gonna tell people that my ex-wife is a trafficker. And I'm gonna tell them that, yeah, my kids are also my enemies. And I'm gonna say a bunch of other offensive things that will definitely get me canceled and will never have me on Billboard. You know what I'm saying? Ye is high. All right, listen. I believe a certain someone might want to, do some things with Kanye, because Kanye is wild. He also said, listen, if y'all don't do nothing to me by next week, all of y'all is P. He also said that too. You feel me? So again, I'm not vouching for nothing Kanye got going on. Kanye to me is a weirdo, needs to seek rehab and etc. Don't know what his problem is, I'll be honest. Hold you 1 minute, next minute the nigga saying F you rock with them peoples and all that. Who cares? Feel me? Get these likes to at least 300, please and thank you. Let's get the likes to at least 300. Joe Budden just try to put hands, feet, knees, and toes on No Jumper because Adam 22 said No Jumper was bro. So this is what Joe Budden had to say on the Joe Budden podcast in response. Let's take. You the last person to be speaking about you hate everybody. Nigga, we didn't like when you said that you did things with your dog, nigga. We didn't like you saying you fuck your dog, nigga. That was disgusting. You said this. The biggest hater, see, here's another hater. After Kanye West, we got Joe Budden, the biggest hater. All right? The nigga who wears jelly flip-flops with slacks to work, nigga. And an ice pumpkin spice. Come on, bro. What are we talking about here? How can you say that? This is weird, bro. This is strange. This nigga is talking about he hate all the content creators. He said, I hate all y'all because I don't talk about when life happened. Nigga, did we talk about when you was butt naked in 5-degree weather in New Jersey, ringing your neighbor's doorbell naked, nigga, trying to get in and get crazy? No. So what's the problem? You feel me? What's the issue? You dig? We got Glazers in the building. I see y'all. It's best that you wipe your mouth. You ain't gonna lie. Before we continue, and I send this bozo to the gym, I'm gonna need him to wipe his mouth. He got baby mud on his lip. Get that baby mud off your mustache, champ. Yeah. You don't come into the mayor's gym. Don't come into the mayor's gym doing this, by the way. All right. Just saying. Smash the like, share the video. But let's continue. Let's all check.
And I'd like to play it for y'all.
Perkhead motherfucker. Somebody sent me a clip of Joe Budden claiming that No Jumper is doing real bad in terms of our views and everything. So let's do the science.
Oh shit.
Joe
That's the wrong clip.
That's the wrong clip, bro. Oops.
No Jumper's main channel plus our clips channel has done about
What's wrong with my phone?
27 million views for the past month.
Hey, what that happens?
2 times by far what you have going on.
You know what happened to Joe Budden's phone, nigga? He got a virus from all that corn he was watching. Remember him and Lupe had that conversation on Twitter Spaces. It was Joey and it was Lupe. They was talking about what they like, things that they like to do online, all right? They was talking about gooning, right? They were talking about gooning, yeah. And creative ways to goon and how they goon and websites they like to goon to and all that. This is why his phone is messed up. Yeah, champ, you got too much corn on your phone. Maybe you should remove some of that, don't you think? Yeah, clear the storage space, right? That's right. Clear the storage space. Somebody says that I'm talking, I work for no jumper, nigga. Are you crazy? Work for who? Nigga, I work for the mayor. I am the mayor, champ. Work for no jumper, me? Wrong, nigga. Oh, champ.
And on top of that, we kill it on Facebook. We kill it on Snapchat. We have 3 million.
Yo,
I ain't gonna lie. Joe ain't lying. Don't ever talk about your Facebook success. Nigga, Facebook. Nigga, that's where the scammers dwell, nigga. Don't ever mention Facebook as something of yours that's a success. Ever. You can't do that. Ain't nothing but a bunch of Nigerian scammers and some very, very frisky East Indian on Facebook. Everything on Facebook is a catfish. Ain't nothing legit on Facebook. Nobody's on Facebook, gang. Facts. You dig? Uh-oh, we got town taxes. We got silent assassin. Salute to you with the 50 town taxes, keeping the IRS off of your back, paying those town taxes. Salute to you, gang. All right. Trust me, the IRS is not going to be busting your door down. I promise. But Facebook, crazy, gang. Don't ever talk about your success being on Facebook, nigga. That's a catfish's paradise. That's a scammer's paradise, all right? Oh, chat. Put up these likes, smash the like, share the video. Hey, look, with all due respect, Joe, we good on the whispering. That's number one. Number two, nigga, you saying Black God sounds crazy for some reason. For some odd reason, you calling yourself a Black God sounds weird. I'ma just say that. Right? I don't care how you feel about it, nigga. You sound crazy, gang. By the way, Joe, what the hell are you talking about, nigga? Joe, what the hell are you talking about, bro? You ain't nothing without your pod, gang. Respectfully, you need to have. Yeah, you good, but you have to have other people around too, though. You feel me? Just saying. Yeah, Joe might have been. So. Yeah, I don't know how much Facebook paying is, but nobody's on Facebook for real. Somebody says not all Nigerians are scammers. I never said they was. I never said all Nigerians are scammers. I said there was Nigerian scammers all over Facebook. Does that mean that there's all Nigerians are scammers? I'll tell you that I did see some Nigerian scammers in person when I was outside. I have. I seen plenty. I seen a nigga who had a goddamn chip reader in his sneaker, nigga, and he had on some Air Force Ones. And the nigga got a chip reader in his goddamn Nikes, nigga. Facts. I seen it. I ain't never said all Nigerians were scammers. Ease down, champ. If you Nigerian, you know that a lot of Nigerians be scamming. We not even about to play pretend right now. Facts. All right, we ain't gonna do that. All right. Scott says what Joe's saying flying over your head. He said nobody got contracts, so Adam did PPP fraud and got all this money. When did he say that? He's snitching and saying that the nigga did PPP loan fraud? I don't know. I don't know about all that. You just said that. I didn't hear that. Y'all heard that? Did y'all hear it? Joe say that Adam was doing PPP loan fraud? Y'all let me know, gang. Smash up on the like, man. Share the video. Oh, man. Wait, we got town taxes. Hold up. We got a man Crashbox 01 Watson with $199 in town taxes. It's crazy, serious, spooky, hilarious. Pray for Drake. I ain't praying for nobody, respectfully. Right? I ain't praying for nobody. I'll be honest. Let's salute to you, gang. You dig? Let's keep it going though. Smash it like shit video. We gonna keep it rolling. Yeah, that money didn't last. I see. Oh shit. Somebody said the mean streets of Hidden Hills. Who the hell said that? She said, the Hidden Hills, this must be a joke. There ain't no mean streets of Hidden. Who said that Hidden Hills had mean streets? All Vlad was trying to say was that Drake and his friends was in Hidden Hills doing some illegal stuff. And it don't matter where you at. Illegal stuff can happen anywhere, is all I can say. But who the hell said Hidden Hills was the mean streets out here? I don't know. Sounds like they do some weird stuff out there, though, perhaps, you know. But yeah, COVID definitely helped a lot of people's money, a lot of people's career. People was definitely getting a serious bag. But that bag may have came to a complete halt right now. Dig? Might stop. Dig? Watch in. Run up these likes. How many likes we got, matter of fact? Hey, gang. This is great. This is great. We need to get them likes to at least 400, though, respectfully. Let's run them certified. That nigga's a certified tap dancer. Speed. Nasty work with Speed is no, I ain't gonna lie. I show Speed is wildin'. I don't support nothing he does. That nigga is the reason that your nephews and your little sons is out here twerking and all that. Listen, I definitely got a friend who got a son who's definitely tried to do this speed twerk. Unfortunately, see, they trying to normalize this weird behavior. This is why these niggas be getting on so hard. This is why they get pushed so hard. They supporting the agenda, gang. Yeah, niggas is getting fast track successful of supporting the agenda. Niggas is selling buns, gang. That's really a thing. Yeah, you gotta sell buns for fast track success. Look at how these niggas is doing, bro. Look at Sexy Rich. He just dropped the most raunchy nonsense ever. Coochie. Y'all seen that? Bro, everybody's selling buns. If you an agenda pusher, you are for the cause. We're gonna give you $1 million+. Keep on pushing the agenda. Keep on giving everybody brain rot. Keep turning people's brains into grilled cheese, and we will continue to feed you and your family. All right? This type of nasty corruption is continuously being pushed, and it's very much out of pocket. Run up these likes, smash your like. Shit. Hold on a second. Savoy Bauer says Speed and Ain't homeboy ran a train on an arcade machine. Word? That's nasty work. Is that fact shit? Is that proven that they put pain in on an arcade machine, champ? We're gonna call it an arcade machine. All right. He said that somebody put pain in, broke the back of a vending machine, champ. All right. Yeah, that sounds insane. Hopefully that never happened. All right. Hopefully that never happened though. Run these likes up. Let's get these likes to at least 400. Please and thank you. We're gonna keep it going, okay? All right, that's that. Anyway, so yeah, as you can see, you know, Joe Budden wanted to kick Adam 22 while he was down. Adam 22 tries to make it seem like Facebook was successful, bro. Ain't nothing successful on Facebook, gang. I ain't gonna lie. The only thing successful on Facebook is if somebody scams you and they actually get money out of you. That's the only type of win you can get on Facebook. Other than that, Facebook don't got no W shit. Ain't nothing over there, gang. I ain't gonna lie. To be honest, Facebook is like the Family Dollar or Dollar Tree of social media. Can we all agree to that, champ? This is like the low budget social media, Facebook, nigga. A place where people go to get used goods. That's pretty much Facebook. I ain't gonna lie. All right. You got Twitter, which is doing well. Instagram always popping, right? TikTok always popping. YouTube forever popping. Then you got Facebook. Nigga, Facebook is the Metro PCS next to Sprint, Verizon, T-Mobile, and every other brand, nigga. Matter of fact, Facebook might as well be Cricket Wireless at that point. I ain't gonna lie. All right, you just gotta be honest. You know, Facebook is not important. It's not good. It's not making nobody any bread. Let's be real. Smash up on the like, share the video, gang. So people have been calling Cameron an industry plant. And here's the reason why. I'm gonna show y'all in just a second. Smash the like, share the video, gang. Take a look at this.
Don't know that I'm just gonna fill you in. My uncles own Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. My uncle Herman, he owns Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, opened up in 75. I know everybody in California be like, yo, that's our, and it is y'all. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles is absolutely a California thing. But if y'all didn't know, some Harlem own it. My family actually, we own Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Some Harlem came out there, put it in Long Beach, expanded. And shout out to my uncle right now. We're about to move to San Diego, new location in San Diego. And we opening up 20 locations in Mexico City, in Mexico currently as we speak. Shout out to my uncle Herman and my uncle Warren. They doing their thing. Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Harlem niggas.
So yes. So because of this video came out revealing that his uncles both own the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles franchise out there in Cali and have since 1975. People are saying that this is the reason why Cameron had a successful rap career, or got in the game, which they think would make it seem like he's an industry plant or something. This is not true. This is false information. All right. This is false information, by the way, that he was an industry plant. That is. Jay Williams says, we don't care, Cam. We eat at Roscoe's. We don't care who came out here and started it. That's also true, Cam. LA don't give a damn if your family made Roscoe's. That's what they said. But again, this doesn't make him an industry plant because he has rich uncles. Nigga, you got rich family members that will never give you a dime. Now, did he probably get business advice from them? I'm sure he probably did. You feel what I'm saying? However, you know what I mean? It's dope that, you got some uncles that do own food franchises. That's what's up. That's lit, man. You got some family members that own some very successful franchises known as Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. That's cool, man. That's what's up. But, yeah, people were trying to say that, hey, this might mean he's an industry plant. Nigga, he's not an industry plant. If Cam was an industry plant, that nigga would have been Nas and Jay-Z during the time Nas and Jay-Z first came in the game. Because Cameron was still around back then. Crazy enough, right? Crazy. So, yeah, I can't agree with, hey, yeah, Cameron's an industry plant because he has rich uncles. No, doesn't make sense. You dig? Jay Williams says, I think they're throwing around the term industry plant too loosely without understanding what it actually is. Yeah, people don't understand what industry plant actually means. Because they was calling Dolce an industry plant, and I'm going to be honest with you, Dolce's not an industry plant. She's just a sellout. That's it. The last statement that Dolce made in regards to what people were saying about her, it comes off as if she pretty much sold out. She's not. And selling out and being an industry plant is two different things. No, an industry plant reaps the benefits of someone who they're related to in the industry being related to them, so they get a fresh foot in the door to start making hits off GP. They pretty much peak as soon as they get in. An industry plant usually peaks as soon as they get in, and they have connections in the industry already, which is why they're peaking so much, right? While somebody who sells out is doing things that go against their moral compass to get by, right? For example, Dolce, you could say, is probably a sellout. More than anything, if you want to say industry plant, it don't make sense because she was already in the game 7 years prior. So an industry plant ain't gonna take 7 years to blow. They're gonna blow as soon as they get in the door. Now you want to talk about somebody selling out. That's completely different. Maybe it took them 7 years to be like, I'm gonna give into these agendas. I'm gonna do these humiliation rituals, and I'm gonna go farther with my career. You feel what I'm saying? Because part of the game is that, respectfully, like what we seen at the Grammy Awards. We seen Shorty twerking half naked at the Grammys, and that's a fact, correct? We all seen it. We watched it. I'm using my Discord. You seen what I seen, right? So again, these types of things can happen if you're trying to get some type of success and you're trying to get to the next level. That's just a fact. You ain't gotta like it, but that's the program, gang. The program is always gonna be the program. It ain't never changed. It ain't about to change, and that's a fact. You dig? Infamous Eli says, I don't think she's a sellout, but I get where you're coming from. I just thought that statement she made was strange. Hey, that statement is a sellout statement. That's why it sounds strange. By the way, I just wanted to let you know that, right? But keep trying to keep hope alive if you want to. Jay Williams says, just cause she just hit their airwaves and has some success, that's why she's new to them. Not also true. You dig? But yeah, based on a statement, And me looking back at what I'm seeing, I'm like, this is weird. This is strange. This was definitely orchestrated the way it was on purpose. You feel what I'm saying? Certain things happen and they happen for a reason. And I'm not an idiot. You can pretty much break down that, hey, yeah, this person is for that type of agenda and they're doing it because they want that bag. And they want to really cloud up different now. So that's just what it is. You don't got to agree. I'm just telling you what I know, gang. All right? You ain't gotta agree though. I'm just telling you what the man knows. Okay, agree with what you want to agree with. But one thing's for certain is if you really trying to make numbers, do numbers, be in that conversation, you're gonna have to do something for it. You dig? Supreme says Vanilla Ice was an industry plant. That's a fact. And there wasn't too many industry plants in the 90s, but Vanilla Ice is a perfect example. Vanilla Ice is basically Post Malone. Vanilla Ice is basically a Post Malone, except Vanilla Ice is a one-hit wonder. He's a plant that didn't go farther than what he had. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, Vanilla Ice and Post Malone pretty much the same thing. You know what I mean? Not because they're white, but because they had instant success. They came in and off the rip, they was already having hits, like mega hits. And that's not to say that somebody's a plant because they have mega hits, no. But they're a plant because of things that they do. Like a plant pretty much lets you know that they're a plant off rip. Like you're gonna see things move their way and get exaggerated for them all the time. That's how plant works. For example, Sabrina Carpenter, the Disney girl, she was on every single Spotify playlist because she's a plant. She just came in the game. She's dropping her first records, her first album, and they pushing this thing like it's the best, the greatest thing on earth. It's not even that goddamn good. That's industry. That's what an industry plant is. Ice Spice is another industry plant, but Ice Spice is a failed industry plant. She also came in the game, all right, being forced. Her music's not that goddamn good. She sucks. She's not a good rapper, but they keep forcing her down your throat. But she's not good. She's an industry plant. One of my people who I know personally, who engineer in the music business right now, who's engineered for a lot of current artists, told me directly, hey, the biggest people in music are actually funding Ice Spice. I just can't tell you who them two people are. Two of the biggest people in the music business is funding Ice Spice, but Ice Spice is a failed industry plant. So she had to go ahead and get her buns back because her buns went missing for a pretty strenuous period. Let's just say that. And now her buns is back. She's been eating more platanos. She's been going to the corner store in the X and getting her platanos, man, getting her Dominican food. And now her cheeks are back. Great. Glad to know that those buns are back in full form as they should be, all right? But they're trying to get her career back, all right? They're trying hard. Might not work, but all plans are not meant to succeed neither. You see what happened with CJ Whoopty, the fake blood nigga, was pretending to be a hound and all that. He was pretending to be a brim. He was pretending to be a bloodhound brim in New York, and people found out he wasn't a real bloodhound brim, and his career fell off because they thought he was really blood. They thought he was brimming it. No, you're not a bloodhound brim, champ. You're not that. So they had somebody who was really bloodhound. I guess they had the OG call him on the phone and tell him, hey, gang, you're not bloodhound. All right? You are not a bloodhound brim. And you can't be jacking our stuff and saying this stuff, and you're not a part of us. Once that phone call went viral and niggas found out he wasn't a real brim, his career fell. People ain't believe him no more. They thought he was really that. You feel me? So yeah, all industry plans also are not meant to succeed neither. Sometimes industry plans fall off too. So it's like that. That's what I can honestly say. But gang, do the man a favor, man. Smash up on the like. Share the video. Let's hit these likes to at least 400. Please and thank you. Let me know how you feel up in the comments. It's very much important to comment. Comments are necessary. Comment whatever you want, but feel free to comment. All right, it does help the channel. Smash the like, share the video. We're gonna have more content tomorrow. We're getting special announcement to y'all. Ready? Peace to the mayor. The one and only New York Mayor F. Eric Adams. You are going to town for big schools, big Gotham. You already know it's the town versus everybody at all times. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you share the video. Go on to Discord. Discord link is in the chat. Fire Discord. We got about 1,000 people in there. in the comments and in the description as well. I'm up out of here, gang. Salute.